We are back. How long after egg retrieval? It's been a couple weeks. So there's a reason why we didn't do video right away, and I'm going to go over all this stuff really quickly and go from there. What is today? The 26th?
Monday, the 26th.
26th. September 26th. It's been a couple weeks since egg retrieval. Post-egg, I have a little love notes. Post-egg retrieval symptoms was pretty crazy. I was really weak. I had low blood pressure situations. I was dizzy very easily. I had pain, like bloatedness up wrapped around my rib cage. It sucked so bad. The bloatedness, and that was like 4 days. And 4 days into it, like, I'm not kidding when they say watch your constipation and like really beyond that. I don't mean to keep bringing up number 2, but they're not kidding. Like, I was doing stuff already to prepare myself with the sleeve, not eating much, you know, and having vegetables and trying to juice and all this stuff, and it wasn't enough. So day 3 or 4 post egg retrieval, I finally had a movement, and my nurse told me, she was like, you'll feel better when you have one, you know, and we talk, and that was one of her questions. You just get close to your IVF nurse, which I love her anyway. But she wasn't kidding. When you have a bowel movement and stuff like that, okay, good. Yay, everything started to feel better. The bloating started to subside. A lot of the symptoms started getting better each day. It was slow going, but each day. I don't want to scare you guys because I was able to go to work. Luckily, I work part-time, like 9 to 2 and stuff. My work was awesome. They would let me go home if I needed to. I just do bookkeeping and stuff. But, yeah, I was able to get through work. But when I got home, I was toast for the rest of the day. I was on the couch, you know, and my nurse was taking care of me to the best of his ability. But, so did I cover all of, the bloated and the constipation? What else? Oh, I get headaches and stuff too. I'm not sure how long it takes for the estrogen levels to subside. Like, I guess the last blood work I had was over 4,000. That's a lot. I think it's more than a pregnancy, but I'm not 100% sure. So I don't know how long it takes for this to get out of your system. I am still having emotional bouts, which I was just telling him, like on the way down here, I'm crying because I'm thinking about baby onesies and stuff. Like, I think about it and I start crying. It's just, so I don't know how long that estrogen takes to get out of your system. My ovaries and stuff were really sore. You know, my vajayjay was a little sore. Adult time was not fun and not happening. Stuff like that. I know, a little personal information. Let's see. So post-egg retrieval, we did that. Estrogen, we did that. Let's talk about what we got. This is 11 eggs were retrieved. She said I had 26 plus follicles, I think. And I was like crying, and they are so awesome to put up with my crap there. But I had 11 eggs retrieved. 9 of them were mature enough for them to fertilize through ICSI, which is where they pick the coolest swimming, forward swimming, best looking, beautiful sperm and put it into the egg. We had brought 3 vials, if you remember from a previous video of his frozen friends, and they only defrosted 1 vial. Yay! So we have 2 vials if we ever need to go back. I hope we do not have to go back. But anyway, 11, 9 were mature, 8 of them took, 8 of them fertilized, dividing into 2 cells. That was day 1. We don't get to hear until day 7. That was an interesting journey, but till day 7, from that 8, how many survived? There's a lot of reasons behind that, and I get it, and I understand, and from a business perspective, you know, you don't want lots of handling with the embryos and that constant communication and stuff. Like, I see all these videos of everyday breakdown. They get these reports. I can see the pros and cons of both. I can see how from the patient side, I want to know everything. I want to know if my chances died at day 3 or whatever, you know, I want to know. But then on the flip side, like, if this reduces how often they're handled and looked at and monitored and all this stuff, which we didn't do that fancy camera thing.
No.
Anyway, I mean, it was nerve-wracking, but I also focused on myself and my healing at that time, and the time went by fast. So their deal is, my clinic is day 5, the embryos make it, or however make it, but they also like to hold out for day 6 and day 7, because some of them make it to blast blastocyst stage a little bit later. So they want to call you right before they freeze and be like, here you go, this is your results, this is where it's at. And I mean, I think it's less painful, even though it'd be nice to know every day. It's kind of better not knowing this whole time, I guess, and then just getting the report, because I was like working myself up that none are gonna make it and some are gonna make it, or what if this and what if that, and you can't do that to yourself. Plus we have all these hormones in our system. It's crazy. Like, hormones are crazy. Anyway, moving on day 7 I got the call from Riley. So it was great. So what she had said, and of course I was like, let me guess. I guessed 4 would make it, and most of them would be boys and stuff. And it turns out 3 made it. Let me go back a little bit. 6 made it to, oh gosh, I'm messing this all up. 6 made it to blastocyst phase. Wow, I'm jumping way ahead of time. We're gonna have to crop that crap out. No, maybe not. It doesn't matter. 6 made it to blastocyst. 2 of them were excellent to good, and 4 of them were fair to good. So excellent to good was here, and she said it was like top, and then fair to good was the next level right beneath that. So that's 6 of them. So I was excited. 6 of them. She said they sampled them because we were doing PGS testing, genetic testing. They sampled them, stuck them in the freezer, froze them, whatever, sent the sample off. The sample is, we went to Genesis for that, and this is expensive stuff, but you know, we took the car loan out for that. I think I covered that with you guys before. And then it was 6 days, I think, or 7 days before we got the results. But we have a liaison. This was cool about Genesis and stuff. Not only do you have your clinic, you also get it, well, in our case, we got a liaison from Genesis who emailed us if we had any questions. There was paperwork we had to do, which we had questions and stuff when we sent them. You know, we wanted to understand a little bit more, because nothing is 100% guaranteed. The testing isn't guaranteed, but most likely accurate. You know, there's all these things. But anyway, it was nice to have that connection. But back to the 3. So I wanted to think we had 4 make it back normal, and this is where Riley called and said only 3 made it back normal. So this is where I was jumping ahead. 6 were blastocysts, and then we sampled them all over. 3, half of them came back normal, and then they were able to tell me the sexes of those. So I was kind of discouraged because I really wanted 4, because that would mean 2 chances of putting 2 in. But I still have 2 chances to put 2 in and put 1 in, or I don't know. We're going to talk about it. We are at Bloom today at our appointment in an hour, and we're going to talk to Dr. Behar about the plan. I started birth control. Let's go back to that. Egg retrieval, they say 2 weeks or so your cycle starts, and it could be horrific, it could not be, or you know, they try to prepare you for whatever and don't freak out. And me having PCOS and my cycles being wonky before surgery, sleeve surgery and stuff, like, I never know what to expect in there. 28 to 45 days before I started IVF. So I didn't know what to expect. And as usual, I get a little bit on, like a little Saturday and a little Sunday, and you're supposed to tell your nurse when you start, because I'm going back on birth control. We're doing frozen embryo transfer. Going back on birth control for 3 weeks. And there's stuff that's going to happen there, and I'm going to get all that review and tell you guys that later. So Saturday comes along and I get some, and then it goes away, and Sunday I get some, goes away, back to Monday. Finally Tuesday was enough to warrant saying, yes, it's my first day of full flow. What a freaking waiting game. So I started birth control on Thursday. Tuesday was when I had my official flow. She started me on Thursday. Today is Monday. So I'm excited. We have 3. I was such a whiny butt, like, over the 11, when you had 26 and you go to 11 and stuff. Like, I'm just gonna warn you guys, don't set yourself up for that kind of stuff. I try not to. I am grateful for everything that I have. The hormones you put in your system, you kind of have no control sometimes of your mindset, which is sad. So don't beat yourself up about that. Because I go in, I'm like, yeah, 26 plus follicles. I'm totally going to bust these eggs out and everything. And then I had 11 eggs, which is phenomenal. 11 is freaking awesome. And I'm crying over 11 eggs. I'm not satisfied. And that's crap. I'm just saying that's crap. Because 11 is awesome. And then down to 6 is amazing. And then 3. 3. And our doctor's awesome. The team is awesome. I am confident that our first time is going to work. If it doesn't, it doesn't, but I am confident. I believe it's going to work. I feel it's going to work. If it doesn't, though, we're going to roll with the punches and move forward just like every other fertility couple out there. But I'm still optimistic. Are you optimistic? Mm-hmm. Optimistic. He's not very much of a talker. We talked about this, and he's not much of a talker. I'm trying, guys, if you're watching this, to get my husband to talk more for you guys. Well, we'll see. All right. I'll come back to you after this appointment. I'm sorry if I confused you with the whole number thing. 11, 9, 8, 6, 3.
1.
He wants 1. We're going to put 2 in. If we get twins, you're going to be down with twins?
Uh-huh.
Are you sure?
Uh-huh.
Do you swallow when you say that? You're like, uh-huh.
No.
All right. Hey, you guys, I'm so sorry. It has been crazy, like ridiculously crazy. We've had some family stuff come up, and we haven't been able to finish the dang video we did on Monday, and today's Thursday. So I'm just going to finish it so I can hurry up and get it on YouTube, because I love you guys and I want you to know what's up. So we met the doctor, and the whole time she's been talking about, I'm sorry, I'm holding the camera. The whole time she was talking about 2 embryos and stuff, like, you can handle twins. If I can do it, you could do it. But when we sat down, we have 3, as I said, 3 good embryos, 2 of the same sex and 1 not. And the one that's not the same sex of the other 2. The 2 that are the same sex are the top, the best ones. And then there's one that's not as good, but it's still really good. It's just not as good, but it's a different sex. Anyway, she was like, we are totally okay. She's 100% confident in either putting 1 or 2 in. And that kind of threw me for a loop, because I was like, 1 or 2? We were saying 2 the whole time. But I don't know. We could put 2 of the same in, or 1 of each, or whatever. And so Love Muffin, my husband, is really concerned with the VSG surgery, the weight loss surgery. You know, if I don't stay hydrated, I get blood pressure problems quickly, like, meaning I feel real weak and lightheaded or whatever. And I jumped a quad in 2004, like 15 feet, and then I landed it and then recoiled and then rolled down the dune. And so I kind of jacked up my back. And so if I'm not good with my core exercises and stuff, then my back kind of acts up. So he's just concerned about a safe pregnancy for me and a comfortable pregnancy. And I understand that. We talked more since then about it. You know, luckily I have an amazing job that I'm completely supported in. And my boss is awesome, and they're so supportive, and they're like, we'll figure it out. Whatever you need, we'll figure it out. And I love them. I just do. So we, like, initially when we left, we were talking, maybe we should just do the 1. We should just do one of the best ones, you know, or I don't know. I was really thrown about the 1. I'm not going to be honest with you, because chances, if we put 1 in, our doctor said it's like 70 to 75% success. She sets us up for success. Like, the procedure we're going to have during all of this frozen embryo preparation, there's a procedure she goes in and kind of like exfoliates the inside of the uterus. You know, she's going to do that in October. This is all scheduled out on a calendar. She literally doesn't prepare you for failure. Like, she's preparing you for success. Like, why go back and see what happened and what was wrong? Why it didn't stick? Why not just go in now? She checks for like polyps and stuff. She puts a camera in there, you know, and fixes anything that there might be any issues, and then does it like a weird exfoliation kind of thing. She maps out your uterus so she knows where to put the embryo and stuff. And I asked about chemical pregnancies and ectopic pregnancies, you know, and she says that the chances for that is very low. In our case, I guess, or in others, I don't know, but she just said it was low, not to worry about it. So 70 to 75% if we put 1 in. If we put 2 in, it goes to 86%, but it's a 50-50 chance of getting twins. And the twins don't bother me. Twins don't really bother Love Muffin either. He's only worried about the actual pregnancy. So our doctor encouraged me to reach out to my OB up here in our Flagstaff area and just kind of touch bases. My OB/GYN, my regular annual doctor, is totally on board and okay with twins. She said triplets are no-no. Me talking to the actual OB that I'll have during pregnancy, because I have an FMP and then this amazing OB here in Flagstaff, but she's got like 2 to 3 month waiting period. I don't know if I can actually reach her and talk to her, so I'll try. Otherwise, I've talked to my regular annual, and the one, she had told me, if you can't get in to see this doctor, you know, the main OB doctor, she's like, don't worry, I'll still see you through the first trimester until we can get you in, but you already are her patient because I'm under her. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna try calling just to get some feedback on that. I also posted to some other weight loss surgery patients who have had multiples, whether they've conceived naturally or through IVF, and a lot of them are saying you're eating every 2 hours, you're drinking every 2 hours, if not all the time, and that's the only issue they have. And if they don't do that, then they feel really weak, or they'll have other symptoms. Well, Mike, that's not a big deal. I'm snacking all the time right now. Look, where's my food? Well, I can't show you. Sorry, I went to CVS. Look at all those meds that I got for transfer, and we'll go over those later. Anyway, so I think Love Muffin and I talked more about this, and let's just get to the point. And I talked to my IVF nurse about, I can't speak today, IVF nurse about her experiences and twins and putting 2 in, and you know, what if one splits? Because, you know, I heard that you could have, I read that you can, if you do IGC, where they put the sperm in the egg, that it increases the chances of that embryo splitting, so you'd have identical twins. And she says in her experience she has not had come across that. It is not impossible, but not something to like really worry about. Because I thought, man, if we put 2 in and then one splits, or even both, I mean, like, that guarantees triplets or quads, and that I just worry about fetus safety and growth and that kind of stuff. Okay, so I think after talking about it with Love Muffin, we're going to put one of the top quality and one of that second one in. So we'll have one of each sex put in. And then if only one sticks, then it's kind of like a little surprise, like which sex stuck, you know, which embryo stuck. And then we can always go back for the other embryo later. Okay, I'm going to end this video and post it. I'm so sorry it's taking me forever, and it's a long video. But I'll do more about our calendar and the meds and stuff as I get all of them together. I've got maybe 70% of the meds now. So talk to you guys later. Bye.